Hey everyone, welcome to Locs Life. Come watch me count my locks and hear my thoughts on lock counts and if they even matter. So if you just want to figure out how many locks I have, feel free to skip down to the description to read it or to the end of the video. Alright, so I have been putting off doing a lock count video for a while, thinking it would take a long time, but honestly it didn't. And when you think about it, it's like pretty much you're just counting to probably maximum 500 for the most part. And I knew I didn't have 500 locks. Pretty much it didn't take me as long as I was thinking it would take, and I was like, why was I thinking it was gonna take me that long anyway? So you can see me here thinking though that I would braid each section to corner it off. Maybe that's why I thought it was gonna take a long time, so don't do that. It'll take forever, and I quickly learned that I did not need to do that. Anyway, so I've actually counted my locks a few times before. When I first started my lock journey, I had 95 locks. I pretty much restarted my entire journey with how much I was redoing parts and splitting locks. So spoiler alert, now I don't have 95 locks. You can guess if you think I have more or less than 95. But yeah, another major question that people have is, do lock counts even matter? So to me, I think yes, they do. People will say no, and that everyone is different, and yes, of course we all are, but lock counts can be helpful before you started your locks to figure out about how many locks you want to have and what it could look like. And it just kind of makes it easier to search and identify locks as small or large and get a lot of comparison points. Of course, everyone's hair texture and density is different, so the same lock count can look different on separate people. If you have thinner hair texture and less density, the same number of locks will look more sparse than someone else. But like I said, lock counts in general are great for giving you an idea of what you can expect. Before I started my locks, I spent a good time looking at lock counts with those with the same hair texture as me, and it was really helpful. When I had 95 locks, it did look around what I had pictured. But when my hair started to lock and I started to look at myself, what I wanted just changed. And then that's why I pretty much redid everything, like I said. I realized I liked the smaller locks look more and just redid entire sections pretty much. And yeah, there's not much you can do about that. Sometimes what you have in mind changes, and that's okay. You could try AI prompts to get an idea of what you would look like with different size locks as well. Or you could try and do braid locks beforehand so you can get an idea of what you think you would like. So yeah, there's a ton of different options you can try. Alright, so now for the lock reveal. How many locks do I have now? I have 165 locks. I am very, very happy with the number and look of my locks. Of course, changed my mind to get to this point. Honestly, sometimes it's just part of the process. Just know that if you really need to, you can change up the size of your locks. For me though, if you're really grappling on what kind of size lock that you should go for, in my opinion, I would go smaller rather than bigger, as it's easier to combine locks when you're further in your journey. But at the end of the day, you will figure something out. There's tons of videos of people doing the reverse, of people who make bigger locks smaller. Like I said, I did the same for myself, so it is possible. So just try not to spend too much time agonizing about how many locks you should have. There are a few more important factors that I can get into on another video for what I think people should prioritize as well before starting locks. Alright, that's it. Thank you everyone for stopping by. This is Locs Life. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.